Hello guys, it is Mechaholic back here with another video. I am kind of sick right now, so I'm sorry if I sound stuffed up or whatever, but that's just how life is. And before we start the video, I'd like to tell you guys that I'm going to try to keep this one shorter, because I've been told that my videos are a little too long, like they're 20, 25, maybe sometimes even 30 minutes, for how much content it contains. So I'm going to keep the larger content videos long, the smaller content videos like this small. I'm going to be showing you three mechs today, and maybe a little bit of what I'm working on elsewhere. So here we go. This is the large exosuit that I have recently made, and let's just get into it. So you can see down here, I have these little oxygen tanks, or like hydraulic pumps, whatever you want to call them, on the bottom. I think they add a nice bit of detail to the Gundam style feet. You got the back toe back there, and then the front toe up here. You got this little flap for the knee, just to cover up the joint, which is a click joint, by the way. There are click joints in the elbows and in the knees, and there are ball joints right there and there, there. And the hands and the arm shoulder connection right there is small boss hug joints. And then we have gears up here for, like, it would be where the knee is, but I can't exactly do that with a click joint. It's a little bit bad, but I do like that I put the gears there, because there's like two of them, the small one and then the large one, and they kind of just add that extra bit of detail. And then I have I really like how the square these legs turned out. That was kind of the feel of the mech, to make it very square and chunky. Added just a bit of detail around here, and then there's the arc reactor kind of thing in the center to power the suit. This would be meant for heavy cargo lifting. That's why the hands are also four-fingered with a thumb, because the thumb's not a finger, obviously. Just like a human hand, which is interesting, because this is the first human hand with the same amount of fingers as a human that I have made, that I remember. Most of mine just have 3 fingers and a thumb, sometimes even 2. And then I got the cage, which Corey told me to add when I had none, because to make it look more industrial, as well as it's in a hangar, so just kind of have it like the cockpits or the pilot's so not exposed. And then the arms are kind of just self-explanatory. They're pretty flat, except for the kind of gauntlet area here, which I beefed up a lot to show that, like, that's where the muscles would be. This is just kind of a housing space, and the shoulders are kind of just protection for the rest of the arm. I'll show you the cockpit area real quick. Here's the pilot. And there's the controls back there. That flap actually goes up into a vent. There's a little wrench detail over there, and some vents on the side. Show you the side, the body. And the legs. As well as on the top there's an antenna. And this whole cage, if I can do this without crushing the mech, folds up exactly like that. So you can get the cockpit out, or the pilot out. And this also will fold down so that he can get out. So I'm going to cut the video, show you the back, and show you the other mechs that I have. Alright, you guys know how I love detailing the backs of my mechs. So just a quick look at the back. We got some really nice shocks right here with some droid bodies on the bottom that are connected to the heels of the toes. You got these plates on the sides that kind of just bind it together instead of it just being all unprotected. And the spring goes over the little gap inside there with all the things that are making all these plates being able to attach. And then you got an oxygen tank with those hydraulic things I was talking about earlier. They kind of connect to it. So like this could be hydraulic fluid or air, whatever. Air hydraulics, maybe. Or it could just be connected to there to get air to the cockpit. But, I mean, that wouldn't really make sense because it's not a completely sealed cockpit. And then we got just some detailing around here with some control panels so that they can access the back if they need to. And then the rest of it you've kind of already seen. Here's the back of the forearms. Nothing too special there, just kind of a tile with a couple hinge parts. Now we're going to go on to the next part where I'm going to show you the next mech I built. Alright, and this is the second mech I want to show you guys. This is the 6th, I believe, of my micro mechs, I guess you might say, with the small frames with the snot bricks and the T-joints. The gun for this guy, I mean, I kind of just slapped it together, so apologize to the gun. I will make a better gun for the future. But let's get into him. So, he's got a pretty detailed leg with like a oxygen tank or maybe a rocket in the bottom or on his foot. He's kind of got a Gundam style leg on this side with the curved foot like that. And then just some detailing up the leg. Nothing altogether special. And his body can also bend like the white mech can. A couple of the white mechs. Just so you can like make a diving shot or whatever. And it also makes for a easy way to separate the bottom and just have the top kind of sit over it, like the chest area. And if we go to the back of the legs, there's not really much there, but just some 1x1 cylindrical studs. That's usually what I put in the backs, just to have like the ends of pipes or I don't know, something of that nature. And then we move into the arms. There's a couple of vents on the sides, vent on the top, nothing on the back. Nothing really special but the arms. The shoulders I kind of like, to be honest, even though they're quite simple. They're just two cheese slopes with a 1x1 tile or plate, and they kind of look like spikes. Also, the head I'm pretty proud of, even though it's also very simple. I could have made it better with a 4-sided snot brick there instead of a 2-sided one, but as you see, I'm going to take his head off and show you. Can't exactly do that. Oh wait, never mind. Haha, that's funny. So yeah, I outsmarted myself. I used that instead of like a tube, like this, like a full tube, or instead of just a barrel, like I normally would. So if we stick his head back on there, let you see the back. Got some detailing down here, and he's got a jetpack on. which can pop off, and he looks just like a normal guy. So the jetpack's just kind of pretty simple. It's like a wingsuit kind of thing. Just little wings, just for steering, and he can adjust them as he's flying. And then it's got kind of a Jango Fett missile. That was kind of a little Star Wars reference there. So that's about it for this guy. And I'm going to go to the next mech, which is another exosuit. So, see you then. Alright, this is the exosuit that I built. It was after the big one. And to comparison, this is the size of the other one. So it's quite significantly smaller, in fact. And that was the object, to make it smaller. This is a one that should be relatively easy to make, and I am also going to use multiple of them, so I used common pieces, and I have multiple of them in the hangar in the Space MOC. So this video is also kind of a Space MOC update. So the feet are interesting because you got this little joint here which just sticks into a headlight brick, with this on just to have a kneecap and make the joint not seen as well, but it swivels. But that's okay because you can just put it like that and it's fine. But you can also have them like that, which is kind of funny. Even if it's not really supposed to be that way. But that's just how it goes. Mech building, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. Just some normal detailing, grill, some bumps on the back. But the body is where it's at, because that's where I started. Here's this helmet, which is a doorway. You see from like Heroica. You can fold it back all the way and expose his back. And then you can fold up the front like that. And then these two can also fold up. I mean, it's not really necessary. They just kind of boot in his feet a little bit, add in, or close up some lost space. So that's really the whole point of the mech, is to have him be able to be completely encapsulated in the suit, but at the same time be able to get out quite easily, which is really cool because it just kind of folds up and he's all normal again. We're going to go to the front. He's also kind of got an arc reactor. I modeled this one after the original exosuit, not the big one, but the medium-sized one. Just kind of the same thing. And this is a quite small frame, so it was an interesting challenge to complete, to do all this in such a small manner. You got his hands, which his thumb is just kind of clipped on there. So the thumb is really just for show. But this guy is not meant to be a war machine. He's just meant to pick up crates in the hangar that's going to be in the base Corey, Luke, and I are building. I think it's mostly going to be Corey in the end. But we can go to the back, which is very detailed. I like the way this turned out. You got these little tubes, which are actually alien guns. And then you got the telephone with a clip on the back, droid body. And this all helps up in the linkage so that it can fold straight back. Folds in 3 places. And I'm going to get you guys an opinion on this. But Corey says it looks too warring if I have the helmet on. So, should I leave it like this? Because I think it looks better with the helmet, but I don't know. The kind of just head alone looks pretty cool as well. Also, the helmet is very flat and simple, and the rest of it's also bumpy. So it doesn't blend in the best that way, even if the shape is very unique. But yeah, so this concludes today's video. Like, subscribe, do all that stuff, comment on what I should do with this particular situation and in my general video making skills as well as everything else. And hope you guys have a great day, and I will see you later. Mechaholic signing out.